Hello and welcome to another episode of Hallmark. I'm Kristen.
I'm Aya.
And we are no longer doing TV series.
Oh, we might go back. Maybe.
No, not this week anyway.
No.
We have gone for a new, well, I think it's new on Prime. I don't know if it's new.
I haven't seen it on Prime. It's 2016.
Yes.
But I haven't seen it on Prime before.
Love on a Limb.
Which is such a weird title for what it's about.
I guess it's a tree limb.
Yeah, because the movie is about
straight into it.
Aimie. Well, if we're talking about tree limbs, that's not going to make sense.
That's true.
So it's about Aimie Roarke is always up for a cause, whether it's helping a local animal shelter or hosting a bake sale for the fire department. When the town's beloved oak tree is set to be cut down, she takes it upon herself, typo, not me, that's IMDb, to try and save it. So that's why maybe it's called Love on a Limb, because it's a tree limb.
And she's sitting in the tree for a lot of this movie.
And she does sit in a tree for a long time, yeah.
Yeah. Look.
It's not the worst one.
Absolutely. It's not even close to being the worst one we've ever seen. But I'd say it's probably one of the most boring.
Okay. The most boring one we've watched is The Christmas Doctor.
Yes, that's definitely the most boring one.
And then
watched.
this is
I'd say it's pretty close.
Yeah, okay.
Only because both of us walked away happy to do other things without pausing the movie.
Yeah. And I think that's because not a lot happened.
No, she was in the tree for a really long time.
It was like a protest in a tree for like half the movie.
Yeah.
And swapping people in the tree. That's as exciting as it got. Mm-hmm. And yeah.
True. My favorite moment I think probably came at the very beginning of the movie, like in the first 10 seconds, where she's looking through her filing cabinet and the folders are titled Parks, Recreation, A Better World. And she's really trying to make her town like the best town, but boy, this government works in a really strange way. She works for the Parks and Recreation Department. She's no Leslie Knope, but she's very close. I feel like that is the character they based her on.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, but Leslie actually works.
Yeah, this girl. But the thing is, she doesn't work, but she doesn't have time to date.
No.
What do you have time for?
She's just out and about making the community really community.
Yeah, but making it more of a community and helping the community when literally no one asked and everyone's just like, thanks.
Yes. Why don't you help us build more parks?
Yeah.
Or do more recreation.
Yeah. Focus on the parks and recreation of your job, not the saving.
I did like that she said, though, love can't be forced, it happens when it happens.
I wrote something else, and I think it was in the same... I think it was... She said it just before it. Love isn't a stop sign at the corner of Azure and Spruce.
Trees.
And then... Are they both trees?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought Spruce, but I was like, oh, maybe these are like streets in the town and like we're meant to get it. And then I think she said that after.
Which, like, I didn't mind. I was like, oh, maybe we don't need to fall in love at the end of this movie. Jokes.
I mean,
it wouldn't be a Hallmark if there's no romance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ugh, we got so close. Now, this whole movie is based on this old tree in the middle of town square being chopped down because the roots are affecting the plumbing, and the town has been spending lots of money to make sure that they can upkeep it, but the mayor is like, you know what? We don't have the money for it anymore. It's time to you know.
Yeah.
And Aimie gets like real mad about it because she has a lot of personal history with this tree. She does. She has just lost her dad, but she's refusing to deal with the
death of her father.
Loss of her father. So she is like gung-ho about saving this tree.
Yeah.
And that is literally the entire movie.
I watched it because I had a day off yesterday. I watched it with my mother and I said, why are we obsessing over a tree? It's just a tree, cut it down. And Mum was like, well, look at the tree, the Robin Hood tree on the in England. What's the Wall of Hadrian or something like that? that got chopped down. I was like, yeah, but that's actually historical.
Yeah.
And Mum said, well,
That's a
so
long
is this
wall,
one. And I said, barely.
Yes.
Personally, it's historical for the individuals.
Like, the town all have stories around it, but it's legitimately in the town centre, so I think they probably just have memories of the town centre.
Well, later on when she surveys people, one woman said that her son had his like first, second, third, fourth, fifth birthday under the tree.
Yeah. And like that is their only park from what we can tell, because that's the only park that Aimie works on.
How she has a job for this one park.
How she doesn't get fired in this movie. Like, she chains herself to this tree to make sure it doesn't get chopped down when the mayor has said no. And she's not even trying to find solutions.
No.
To the plumbing until the very last minute. Like, the last 10 minutes of the movie, they come up with a plan that I'm like, if you had just done this at the beginning of the movie, we could have saved an hour and 40 minutes.
And wouldn't it be part of her job anyway, considering it's a tree in a park? So she wouldn't have actually found out last minute. She would have known. She would have been in meetings. There would have been some kind of discussion and been like, Aimie, you organised the tree chopper, dude. And she could have gone, no.
Yeah.
Let's think of another solution.
Yeah, this government is cooked.
Yeah. Oh, also, can we talk about the name of the tree?
Yes.
The big old tree.
Not the little young tree.
Yeah, the big old tree.
The big old tree.
And the cute guy in the movie says what we're all thinking. Well, it's not creative.
No.
But it's straight to the point. Yes.
I mean, he is very cute, and that's why we're going to go with a meet cute, because otherwise it would be a meet nothing.
Yeah. He was cute.
They just meet on the sidewalk.
It was very
they have
boring.
a conversation. Turns out he's the tree chopper working solo.
As expected, though.
Because conflict.
Yes.
And he falls in love with her as they talk about things as she sits in a tree, and he sits there waiting for her to leave the tree.
He calls her out straight away.
A lot, actually.
He calls her self-righteous from the get-go. He has a point. She's very self-righteous.
And she doesn't ask. I think her best friend also says, like, you have a lot of causes that you always are like, I need your help on this, but you never ask the community if that is what they want.
Yeah.
And I'm
fair.
just like, whoa.
Yeah.
There's a lot of truth bombs in this movie, which I like. I really like.
I did like that she was clearly the most annoying character ever, but what helped is that people called her out.
Yeah, and she learned throughout the movie.
She did learn.
No, like, she's like, oh, that's a fair point. Thank you so much for bringing that to my attention. As opposed to being like, no, I'm not.
Yeah, that's true.
My next favourite line of hers is when Kyle, who is the love interest, is in the coffee shop, and he comes over to her and he's like, oh, nobody interacts in cafes anymore. They're all just on their devices. And she's like, that's okay. You know what? You have a point. I'm going to close my laptop. And let's have an interaction, which lasts for about 5 seconds, and then she's like, I have so much work to do. I have to open my laptop. Anyway, interacting is interacting.
Is that what she said? Yeah. Oh my god. Brilliant writing as per usual. Jeez.
Interacting is interacting. She's not wrong.
She's not wrong. It's not the smartest thing, someone should say, but sure.
The side story, and there is only one, again, to be fair.
Yes.
There's only one side story, is that her mother is about to lose the family home and doesn't want to tell Aimie about it. Doesn't want to let her know that they've overdrawn their double mortgage and they're going to lose the house. She doesn't want her to worry about it because she's got to worry about the big old tree. Mm-hmm. But for a woman who's literally sitting there doing all of her bills and being like, final deadline, blah, 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 blah,
that cracked me up.
She's sitting in a coffee shop buying things.
Yeah. You should be like frugal as.
And look, maybe she's getting it all for free because the coffee shop is run by her daughter's best friend. Yeah. But at the same time, I'm like, it's a weird choice.
It is a weird choice.
Final deadline.
I think that was a weird choice for me, is when looking at her diary entry, it just kept saying final deadline. For what?
All of the bills. Every single one of them.
Final deadline to pay her bills.
Yeah. There was a lot of final, though.
Yeah.
So we don't know
just feel like... Okay, So later on, we find out that the husband, Amy's father, was the finance guy. And the mother, whatever her name is in this, Z, she doesn't know anything. Wouldn't you learn? He's been gone for like 5 years at this point, I think.
I think what we've learnt from this movie
Good.
already is that interacting is interacting. And women need to be financially independent. It's very important.
That's very good. I like that a lot.
Because otherwise, you could lose your house.
You could.
She doesn't,
No, she doesn't.
but you could.
You could.
Also, she doesn't because she gets a job.
Yeah,
where I'm
which-
like,
Why haven't you had a job this entire time, you stupid woman? Oh my god. What have you been doing? What have you been doing for 5
Wallowing.
years?
Oh no, how am I going to make all this money that I need? I retired before he died. I cannot go back to work after retiring.
No, absolutely
Was literally a conversation that she had with the police officer.
Yeah.
Or the bank.
No. Was this the guy who sits down with her?
Yeah. Or was it the guy at the bank? It might have been the guy at the bank. Where she's like, I retired. End of story.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My next favourite line of Amy's, gosh, she has some good ones.
Oh.
There's so many good ones. She is like, her whole shtick for maybe the middle hour of this movie is that she's not going to lose. She's not going to lose. She's going to win. The tree is going to survive. Old mate Kyle is not going to cut down the tree. He's going to lose. And she's like, he calls her out again and she's walking away and he's like, what? And she's like, I dropped the mic and I picked up the mic again and I dropped it again. Double boom.
Oh my god, I forgot about that line. That's amazing. I love that. Yeah, she had some incredible dialogue. She's had interacting is interacting.
Yeah.
Love isn't a stop at the sign of...
Love isn't a stop sign.
Love isn't a stop sign at the corner of Azure and Spruce. And what was this one?
Double boom.
Double boom. Mic drop. Pick it up. Drop it again. Double boom. Oh my god. If like a Gen Z kid saw her, they would absolutely...
Yeah, I'm surprised that it's from 2016. I would have picked early. Purely in the language.
It gives Chugi vibes.
Yeah.
It gives millennial, giant scarf with skinny jeans.
Yeah. And it's like, she's using an entire government department to just do what she believes in. Which is like, great. Good on
Yeah,
you.
but that's literally not...
That's not your
No,
job.
that's not your job. If she was the mayor, that town would be...
There would be big old trees everywhere.
Yeah, there'd be trees everywhere. She'd be mic dropping every 5 seconds. She'd be interacting the hell out of that town.
After the double boom moment, though, her best friend says, when she calls her out, she's like, hey, like, you're trying to save the big old tree, but you're doing it in a way that's like, help me now, as you do with everything else. She says, the town loves you, honey, but you ask a lot. No, that was the mum. That's what her mum said to her. And I was like, wow, like, so many people are happy to call her out. She doesn't call a lot of people out in return.
No,
She
but
definitely
also,
takes it
is she
all on
only
board.
just hearing this stuff now, or has this been... Because you got to think, that life happened before this movie.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
They didn't just be
So-
birthed. They weren't just birthed
So
into
if
the
she's
universe.
been... Well, yeah, if she's been this bloody annoying this entire time, is this the first time anyone's called her out?
Maybe...
Yes.
Yes, maybe yes, and maybe because it's at the point now where everyone is quite aware that she needs to deal with her trauma.
Yeah. It's gone on for too long.
Yeah.
Come on.
And they do say that too. Like, you need to talk about it. And
Yeah.
she's like, I don't want to talk about it. And they're like,
Yeah.
no, it's time.
Yeah, time to talk. Definitely.
Time to talk. I did write, it's not just a tree, it's like all the pipes underneath. Why aren't the Parks and Rec department finding a solution?
Yeah,
That's right
literally
there in
your
the middle.
department. Also, does anyone else work with her, or is it just a friend?
That's just that the receptionist that's coming up with the town slogans for the entire
The town,
movie.
okay, the town slogans are pretty bad. I can't remember any, but
The one that they ended up with was turn a new leaf in Ample
Hills?
Ample Hills.
Yeah.
That was fine. We got there eventually.
Yeah.
But her assistant, who was the person coming up with all these slogans, also has emergency wine in her handbag.
Yes, I thought that was so odd.
Yeah.
Because you don't see people just whipping out wine bottles in a park in a Hallmark movie.
And she had takeaway coffee cups to go with it.
Yeah.
And Aimie does say, is that a wine bottle in your handbag? And she goes, well, that's the point of emergency wine. You don't know when you're going to need it. I personally don't drink, so I don't really understand
Trust
the
me,
need for emergency wine in the handbag.
I don't carry emergency wine in a handbag. Like, that's, to me,
Insane.
it's a bit odd.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't do that.
Apologies if you do. I don't mean to
You
make
might
fun of
want to not. I don't know.
Don't mean to make fun of you. I'm very confused about the woman who sits outside of the mayor's office. Is that his personal secretary? Is this the woman
who's leaving?
Yes.
She answers the phone.
She answers the phone and she lets people into his office. So I'm assuming it's the secretary role.
Yeah.
He also just comes in and is like, get such and such on the line, give them a call and let them know. Not get them on the line for me so that I can have a conversation with them. Get them on the line and tell them this. And then he walks off. And I'm like, what are you doing?
That's not what...
You can make a phone call.
Yeah, you can speak to someone.
You can speak.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah, it is possible.
I just wrote down lots of lines of dialogue for this movie.
See, I only wrote those. I mean, the one, I did write another line, but that's further on. Have we gotten to the part where she starts chaining herself to the tree? Or are we way past that?
I think we are coming up to it. Oh, no, we're at it now.
Yeah.
Because I wrote, how is she not losing her job?
Well...
So we're at the chaining of the tree.
There's that, but she didn't chain herself to the tree.
No, she sat in a tree house.
She
sat on a platform.
No, she had the chain, but it was so loose.
Yeah.
Like, no, girl, you lock yourself in, babes. This is what you're doing. And she doesn't do that. Like, she could step out. And she does.
Many times.
Probably, 5 minutes after she chains herself in.
Yeah.
And then I stopped writing notes for a very long time.
Yeah, I just wrote that I'm not a giver-upper. And then the argument was that the tree has roots in every generation of this town, which is why you can't remove it. But there are solutions, and we do find solutions at the end of the movie. It's an interesting solution, but there can still be a dedication. Have a big old tree sculpture. Have whatever you need. If the roots are destroying your town's plumbing.
Yeah. I think that should take priority over a tree. Things with unfortunately things with sentimental value.
Yeah.
It's just life.
Yeah.
It's so childish. Do you know what movie it reminds me of? The Candy Cane Christmas, where she was so obsessed with this one Christmas event. Yeah. It was so childish. This girl gives the same energy as that.
Yeah. I think she's more likable than the character in Candy Cane Christmas.
I think the acting's also better as well.
The acting is a lot better. I then wrote, we stayed chained to this tree for a really long time.
Yeah, she's chained to the tree, and then she's able to build a platform herself in the tree.
Yeah.
Perfectly. Beautiful
it's
job.
Stunning. Varnished and everything.
Yeah, she didn't do that, obviously.
He builds a rail for her, which is kind of sweet.
That's
he's
nice.
I don't want you falling off. You can stay in the tree as long as you like. I'm going to wait here and wait till you come down. Yeah. But I am going to keep you safe.
He was the most prepared man.
I know.
He had 2 sleeping bags, and he said a line. He said, I did write another line. I just didn't do it in inverted commas. A prepared man has always more than 1 sleeping bag. Why? Why do you have more than 1 sleeping bag?
Why do you have a sleeping bag?
Why do you have 1 sleeping bag at all times, let alone 2? And he's got bloody everything in his ute.
Furniture building equipment.
He's building rails.
Chairs.
Benches.
He's very handy.
Yeah, he is. Sleeping bag. He's not. Oh, he had a tent.
He had a tent.
Because while she's in the tree chilling, he's in a tent.
I mean, to be fair, he also didn't invite the poor police officer that also had to stay there watching her overnight into the second sleeping bag.
I thought he
did it.
I thought he gave a sleeping bag to one of the cops.
Okay, that's good.
And then the cop was like,
away.
I think the cop was like, "What about you?" And that's where a man is a prepared man. Blah 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 blah.
Good.
I think that's how that works.
I definitely must have not been at the television at that point.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I wrote, dude can fix things, build things, cut down trees. He packs 2 sleeping bags and he can play the guitar.
My perfect match.
This guy can bloody do everything.
And he's good looking.
He's
Probably a narcissist. There's something in there.
Well, I don't trust a man who's like, oh, you don't need technology. Yeah. Shut up. You do.
I mean, in 2016...
I mean, it was...
slightly different.
I mean, TikTok wasn't around.
No. We weren't... I don't think I was attached to my phone in 2016. I still had the capability of leaving it in my handbag.
I do that now, actually.
That's good.
So that's good. I mean, I was going to say I don't have my phone with me right now. That's because I'm recording.
I do, but it's got notes on it, I promise.
Yeah, that's fine.
Where are we up to? What have I said? Oh, I just, like, there was this weird thing this whole movie. I was like, losing your house versus losing a tree. Like, there was so much emphasis on the tree, but I'm like, but you're going to be homeless. You can't live in the tree.
Yeah. I think when she suggested me... Oh, no. I think I even, like, wrote... I didn't write a note. I just thought... I think it was nice that she was, like, not selfish. Wait, I think I'm skipping too far forward. I was going to talk about how she gave up the tree for the mother's house at one point.
We're at the end.
I feel like we're there. Yeah, so basically the mother hasn't told the daughter, Aimie, about the whole house debacle.
Yeah, no.
And when she finally does, she then goes to the mayor to offer a solution, being like, hire my mum for a job. And then he's like, well, you've been annoying, basically. Like, why would I do this for you? And she goes, well, what can I do to make this happen? And the answer is obviously, forget about the tree and give your mum a job.
Yeah, unless you can come up with another solution.
Yeah.
And like a proper solution.
And so she does that. And then, it's all fine. Sure. Like, the mother and daughter have, like, a lovely moment when she finds out. And she's like, you need to let someone in and love you. And the daughter's like, you need to earn money. Yeah. So here's a job. And, you know, they have a nice moment. So you feel like things are okay. That's where I was like, oh, we're wrapping up.
Yeah, we don't quite.
We don't, because then Kyle talks to her about it.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm giving up. Well, like, you didn't give up. You literally made a choice. Yeah. You made a choice.
Yeah.
But she's acting as if, like, she's just had enough.
Yeah.
But she didn't. She made a choice very clearly.
For her mum. He also says, I don't want to see you lose. Oh, so nice.
Yeah.
So he refuses to cut down the tree. So then they have to kind of come up with a solution because she doesn't want him to be fired.
Yeah.
Or, like, to lose work. But she also doesn't want to lose the tree. And she also wants to keep her ex-boyfriend happy, who happens to be the mayor of the town. So, what did I write? Oh, I wrote, talk about your trauma. Well done.
Yeah, they did talk about it.
How did it take us this long to look for a plumbing solution?
Yeah.
Because that's where they decide. They're like, oh my goodness, it's what can we do with the pipes?
Yeah, the pipes.
And we're like, duh. So.
But before that, the solution was to move the tree.
Yes, to uproot the big old tree, which is quite a large tree.
Yes.
Thick, tall, huge.
But with that, she came to the mayor being like, here's a solution, move the tree. And he's like, how much will it cost? Who will you hire? Who will do it? She knew nothing. She went in so confidently with, like, zero information.
Yeah.
And then when she had the pipes above ground solution.
Yes.
Eventually.
So they're talking about moving. They get a plan. They put the tree in. They map up the pipes, and then she's like, "See, the tree's not affected. It's because the pipes are above ground in this diagram that we're doing. We should move the pipes above ground." And I was like, "Are you joking? What the heck?" And then we saw the pipes above ground. They kind of made it like an artsy sculpture.
It looked terrible.
And like, for for a solution, it was fine. It looks a little fun because it's very colourful, but I wouldn't be putting essentially it is sewage above ground.
And also, like, kids will like pretend it's like monkey bars or something and
what
jump.
happens when there's a leak?
I know. Shit's gonna go everywhere.
And then Kyle starts talking to Amy's mum. And so I was talking to Amy's mum today, and she goes, "Are you asking for my daughter's hand in dating?"
Yuck.
And he's like, "Yeah, I guess I am." And she's like, "Nobody does that anymore." And I'm like, "No, because women are not property."
Yeah, that's such a weird thing to do. Oh my gosh.
And so she's like, "Let me think about it." Her first question is, "Do you have any emotional baggage?"
Because that's a normal thing to ask.
And he's like,
human.
"Doesn't everybody have emotional baggage?" She's like, "Yeah, you're right." And then she's like, she insults what he's wearing. She's like, "Do you have anything better to wear to dinner?" And he's like, "Yeah, I've got a button up in my car. Like, I'm just having a conversation with you, lady." And then she's immediately like, "And when are you going to give me grandchildren?" And I'm like,
I definitely walked away and went, no, we're good at this point. I don't remember any of that. That is terrible.
Yeah, and that is the point where I think I blacked out at that point because I do not remember how this movie ends. I didn't write anything down.
I don't even, he asks her out, first of all. So he does do it.
Well
That's
done.
nice. I missed that entire conversation.
Between the two of us, we have watched the whole movie.
And then the end is some harvest festival event.
Right.
So the pipes had to be done before the harvest festival, which was like a week and a half away. So
They worked fast.
they worked so fast. They were able to move 6 pipes above ground flawlessly.
Yep.
No, you can't see
No poop anywhere.
no poop, no construction, like, I don't know, debris anywhere.
Nothing.
They had
No holes. The grass was fully
had
formed.
to dig up the road for
Yeah.
this.
No.
No evidence of that. Not in this movie.
They work fast.
The ending cracked me up because the mayor's like, "All right, everyone get in for a photo in front of the tree." And he's like, "Make me the focal point, though." And then Amy and Kyle are literally the focal point in front of the tree, kissing in the photo, and the mayor's next to them, like, thumbs up.
Cheers. Yeah,
It's-
weird.
That was
I definitely missed that.
It was a really awkward, terrible ending because they looked so awkward kissing
That's fair.
in like a town photo.
Yeah, that's weird.
Literally after the mayor said, "Make it about me, please." She keeps a job. And, the mother starts working there. This is like where there was just so much crap about the tree. The mother does start working
Yeah.
in amongst
She might
all
start
that.
dating the sheriff.
She might start dating,
You know?
the sheriff, because there's, I don't want to say sexual tension, romantic tension between them.
The mayor even donates to the pipe solution
Yeah,
out of
because
his
he's
own
like,
pocket.
yeah, because he's like, I want to see actual money for this, not pledges.
Yeah.
Because why would the town? I don't know why the town's donating money to this. And then
because that's the reason he's getting rid of the tree, because there's not enough money to like do piping stuff.
Yeah, sure.
But again, he's paying someone to take the tree down, so
Yeah.
just use that money for the pipe.
And like, are you paying him for waiting there for 6 days? Like, and then like,
That's where all the money's
But
gone.
his other workers are there. He's like, "No, come on in, boys." And then he's like, "No, go away, boys." Like, who's chilling there?
I didn't bring tents for all of you though, so you're gonna have to sleep. in your
Yeah,
cars.
where do the others sleep?
Yeah, weird.
Yeah, that's the movie. They start dating. The tree stays. The pipes come out of the ground.
And we'll get a sequel soon called Uh-oh. Poop everywhere.
Yeah,
Love on the
limb. On a limb.
Love on a limb.
Love on the limb. All right, 3 things. Let's go.
3 things. Look, I really liked that the family friend support was a point where they could just be like, "Oi, you're being ridiculous," and she's like, "Okay,
Yeah.
I will take that on board." I really liked that.
Yeah.
That's 1. Number 2, I didn't mind the acting. The acting's pretty good. Most of the actors in this movie you will have seen in other movies or TV shows. Amy plays Ted's girlfriend in How I Met Your Mother. She's the baking one.
She's the most annoying one.
And the mayor is in something else.
He's in Good Witch.
Good Witch! He's in Good Witch. So, you know.
And the mother is one of Boyle's girlfriends in like the first season.
Yeah! Yeah, she's in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah, Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
So, like, it has a pretty decent cast.
Yeah.
I liked it. And you know what? At the end of the day, I know that the whole movie was about the tree, but it was a really pretty tree.
Yeah.
Like, it was stunning.
It was nice. I mean, I probably wouldn't go to that much effort.
No, but like for the focal point of probably I'd say an hour 20 of the hour and 40-minute movie, it was very pretty.
Good. Yeah.
Now that was 3.
Did
you get to 3?
I actually have 3 now because
Okay,
I didn't really. I kept saying that I liked the calling out of the.
Yes.
That I didn't write that down. Yeah, so I agree with you. I liked that they really called her out on her self-righteousness and just her behavior.
Yeah.
Really, like it was just quite annoying, and people were telling her that.
Yeah.
So I think that's important, and it allowed her to grow.
Yes,
and
like
learn.
a tree.
Like a tree. I also said that the acting wasn't bad.
Not bad.
Because he had good people in it. Despite the terrible dialogue at times.
Yeah.
And the boring plot line.
Yeah.
It like the acting was good. It was, very natural.
It felt very relaxed.
Felt very relaxed. Nothing was forced. No one was being silly. And I liked that there was never an I love you.
Yeah.
It was I like you and I would like to date you.
I'd like to see where this goes. That's true.
So I liked that it wasn't I'm falling in love with you.
Yes.
There was none of that. It was I like you.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Yeah, I'm interested, which is what normal
People
do.
From the beginning, the love side of things was very normal.
Yeah.
Other than him also camping out a tree. But like that's the storyline's fault.
Yeah. So that's 3.
You did well.
We both did 3. Yay.
3 things. Have you rated it more than a 3?
Yeah, I've given it a 5.5.
I gave it a 6.5.
Wow, that makes it 6.
That does make it 6. Bam. And only because like it's good, but it's not going to be my go-to. You know?
Yeah.
I'll recommend other people. I recommend that you watch it if you haven't already.
Yes, watch it.
But I'm not going to watch it again.
No, I'm not going to watch it again either. I think I'm good. The fact that I think it wasn't a good sign that I walked away.
No.
I mean, that's never a good sign.
No.
If you walk away
Yeah.
watching it the first time, you know something's not quite right.
Yeah. But I think it's better than a 5, you know?
It is, well, in my books, it's slightly
better than a 5.
But yeah, I did a lot of, like when we watch movies, I did a lot of what we do when we watch movies. Yelling at the TV, like, what are you doing? I've got to go write that down. I did a lot of that.
Yeah.
So, that was fun.
You have a visceral emotional reaction to this film.
I just don't get it sometimes. I would love to like write an email to Hallmark not that they can change
With
movies.
every movie.
Not that they can change movies.
Hallmark.
Dear Hallmark,
Here's another one.
If you feel like redoing Love on a Limb, here's where you can improve on it.
Hey, you know how you have this 2-week filming schedule?
Yeah.
What if you chucked in
a third week?
A third week where we make all the changes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm sure they will be very receptive to those emails.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so.
You don't think so? If you think they're going to be really receptive to these emails, you can send us an email at hallmarkpod@gmail.com.
Segue.
Or you can find us on Instagram or TikTok, again, at hallmarkedpod. And let us know if you think Hallmark will email us back, if you want to see a movie that you want us to watch.
Yeah. We don't know what we're doing next.
We don't. Prime has taken some down.
Yeah, it's just...
And they're adding new ones. So we are currently in a bit of a flux.
I would say we've got maybe 2 more episodes. 1 or 2 more episodes until we get into Christmas. I feel like we need to do a full one. I did watch a movie immediately...
Autumn Dreams.
After... No. Is that like Pinocchio themed?
No, it's got this chick in it. It's got the girl from this movie in it.
Well, I watched one with this girl too, and it's an October one. Maybe October Kiss.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And it's very Halloween. Not very Halloween focused.
Well, then I guess we're doing October's Kiss.
I don't know if that's what it's called. It had the word... I don't even know if it actually had the word October or Kiss in it.
We'll
let you know.
Figure it out and we'll let you know.
It'll probably be on Prime. So there you go. Get your subscriptions now.
If you don't get them before Christmas, maybe you can ask Santa for them. Anyway, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye.